Hey guys, just want to thank you guys for coming back. Episode 3. And what are we here to talk about today? We're here to talk about habits and how building habits is going to set you up for success. It's going to put you on the right foot for developing your dreams and building yourself out in the way that you want to grow. So, more or less, I'm going to start off. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about my day. I'm going to let Andre tell you a little bit about his day and what he does. And then we're going to jump into some tips and tricks to help you guys maintain and grow success. So I start my morning, I grab a glass of water, I come out to the kitchen, I set up my laptop, I put on a video that I like to watch. And while I listen to that, because I don't even watch it, I actually start doing an exercise just to get my heart rate going, just to get the blood flowing, just to start getting that my brain more or less activated. After that, I continue to watch my video and I make some breakfast. I have a little snack. I don't eat a massive breakfast. It's typically a light breakfast, but that little routine that I do is more than enough to set me up to deal with what could be a hectic day, what could be a slow day, what could be a productive day. But just after I do all that, I sit down and I make a little list of the things that I want to accomplish today. And then I reevaluate that list after I eat my breakfast. And I decide that if I had the option of doing one of those things on that list today, what would it be? And if I accomplish that, it's a fantastic day. Like it's a success. And if I have the opportunity to do anything else on that list, awesome. That's a fucking bonus. So that's just a little bit of an insight into my habits and schedule and routine. I'm going to let Andre take it from here.
All right, yeah. So first of all, I thank you guys for joining us again while we're creating our third podcast. And I invite you guys to grow with us because we're growing and we would love for you guys to also grow with us. So I'd like to talk to you a little bit about my routine. I have a hard time getting up, and I think the majority of people have the same thing. I don't like getting up early. I'm not one of those Gary Vee guys that gets up at 4 a.m. or anything like that. But I do try, to get up. And when you do get up, try to put yourself into that mindset. So first things first, when I get up, I have a big glass of water. And this is a bit of a gross, but also really healthy tip that I can give you is add 1 to 2 tablespoons of vinegar and a little bit of lemon juice. There's a lot of health benefits and a lot of benefits regarding the vinegar that will kickstart your day, as well as it does taste pretty gross, so it wakes you up pretty good. After that, as Joseph mentioned, I set myself up for at least one thing to do for that day because, obviously there's a lot of things that we want to achieve. And if we start off thinking huge, then it's going to be really hard for us to achieve those things. So starting off with a smaller step and achieving that into the, in a day's worth is great. If you can build on that and do that on a daily basis, that is where you will start seeing a lot of healthy habits created by just doing a few smaller things in the beginning. But also, I do shift work on my 9 to 5, which I'm trying to quit. But at this point, I'm not quite there yet. But I do a week of graveyards. So basically, doing an 11 to 7 a.m. But after that 7 a.m., I don't go home. I try to get my ass out and go to the gym, where I do an hour, whatever, exercise. But then after that exercise, because obviously, you're not feeling good, you're getting tired, but you're still trying to push yourself through. I treat myself with a little bit of a hot tub afterwards where you can just relax, get into a really nice mindset. At that point, go home and have a bit of a nap. Yeah, that's basically my daily routines that I try to stick to on a daily basis.
Awesome. So our little tip, our little trick for you guys is I want you guys to just take a minute, evaluate yourself, make a list of the good things that you do, the bad things that you do, and the ugly things that you do. Once you've accumulated that list, I need you to continue sitting down and I need you to really think about, do those things in those lists line up with the idea of success that you have, or I line up with the idea of the person that you want to become? And if not, which chances are they won't, because we've chosen to key in on the things that are good, not great, the things that are bad, not amazing, and the things that are ugly and not beautiful. So, what I want you to do is once you've picked out things from that list, I want you to just pick out one thing from each of those lists and make another list, okay? Once you've picked out something from the good, like something that I do that is good is I correct my posture when I notice that I'm slouching. After that, I've decided that that's good, but I can be great. So when I correct my posture, the next thing I do is I correct it and then I pull my core in and make sure that my core is activated and that it's beautiful and firm and fantastic. And I'm actually utilizing my body for what it's meant to be for. And then same thing with a bad habit. You have a bad habit, and every time you do it, or you catch yourself doing it, or you think about it, or you realize that you did that 15 minutes ago, you need to start rewiring your brain and do something to contrast that. So do the opposite of what you did, or do something that you think would benefit you instead of, like, or the thing that you think that you do or did or experienced that is ugly. I want you to replace it with something that's so beautiful that you know what I mean? It inspires you. Something that I do that is ugly is I spit, but really I can't help spitting. I don't want to swallow it. So if I do spit, I also choose to, if I see a piece of garbage, I pick it up, I throw it away. Not a big deal. I was there walking anyway, and I seen it, and it's just something that I think makes it a more beautiful place and more beautiful experience to be around. And I think that that's a part of the balancing act with your habits. You're always going to have good habits, you're always going to have bad habits, and you're always going to have ugly habits. So it starts by rewiring our brains and rewiring our habits for success. Andre, what do you think?
Yeah, no, that's definitely a really good point that Joseph mentioned. Everyone obviously has some good habits that they would like to keep, which is great, but then also some other habits that they might not like. One of my biggest habits is in the past, used to wake up and reach for my phone right away. As soon as I wake up, I have this mindset or this habit that I have to reach for my phone to start off my day. So I've been really pushing myself and really trying to focus on not doing that. It seems like a really small thing in your eyes at this point, but that's how good habits start, is by you just doing a minor movement, something that might only take a few seconds out of your day, not realizing this might have huge impact down the road. And that's basically what it will be down the road, a month or a year. It seems out of reach at right now, but your life goes on, and sure enough, you're replacing those bad habits with good habits on a daily basis. Now you can structure your day to be more productive and add on to those areas that you would like to improve on, such as your financial state, your health, your mind, your body, whatever it is you choose to improve on. It starts off with building these tiny little habits. And Joseph has a really good list that he does, right, as he mentioned, and I find that also quite useful as well. Creating a list, it can be on your phone, it can, whatever you do, to make sure that you stick with it, right? To hold yourself accountable, to make sure you do it on a daily basis. And that's basically what this episode is about. Everyone will have those days where they don't feel like doing it or doing anything, basically. You know what I mean? If it was up to me and I had my choice, I would watch Netflix for 8 hours a day. You know what I mean? But it's, again, overcoming those bad days, even 1 or 2 days a week to start off with, and setting yourself up for those good habits. And you'll be really surprised what it can actually do to impact you down the road. And that's basically what we're trying to achieve with this podcast, with this episode at least.
Absolutely. So what's really important, what I think you guys should really take from this episode is baby steps, building good habits is such an immense part of growth. I just want to let you guys know what we're actually experiencing right now. Right now, Andre is doing a graveyard shift, just to let you guys know. What is it, 11 p.m. to 7 a.m.? Is that what your shift is?
11 to 7, yeah. And it's about 2 o'clock right now.
That's
And I
exactly
called
it.
Joseph.
It's 2 a.m., you guys. It's 2 a.m. and we decided that chances are we're going to be so busy this weekend. It's Thanksgiving for those of us in Canada, and we're not going to have the opportunity to, get the time to get together maybe. So what did we decide? Andre let me know, hey man, can we get it done now? So what did we do? We're getting it done. We're building a good habit. And for those of you that think that, I don't have the time, I can't do that. Damn it, I did it 15 minutes ago. I can't go replace that bad habit. Yes, you can. There are no excuses. The only excuse are the ones that you make, and you're going to be the only one that deals with that.
That's right. I mean, Joseph summed it up perfectly. It doesn't really matter what time of the day it is, what you're doing. Everyone is busy, everyone has issues. It's just a matter of you taking charge of those and setting yourself up of having half an hour to an hour, whatever it is that you can set aside of the day to put towards you and to put towards your growth, your success, your fitness level that you want to achieve, whatever it is in that it is that your goal is basically. But yeah, and to sum it up, we would like to thank you guys again for listening. These podcasts are something that me and Joseph love doing, and this is something that we would like to share with basically everyone that takes the time to also listen. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and see you guys on the next episode.